against his ribs. There, materializing from the oppressive blackness, was the spectral figure. A gaunt, skeletal hand rose and pointed directly at him. A blood-curdling scream filled with ages of agony tore through the silence. They say some places are born from tragedy, their foundations mixed with sorrow and sealed with a curse. The old Chandler building on the forgotten end of Park Street was one such place, its curse whispered in hushed tones by those who knew its dark secret. Khoni Monday. Rohan, sharp in his modern office attire, strode into the Chandler building with the unshakable confidence of youth. He was the new star hire, and the time-worn architecture and creaking floors were just quaint details to him. When his new colleagues, their faces etched with a strange mix of pity and fear, warned him about Khoni Monday, he just laughed. A ghost story to scare the new guy? He scoffed, dismissing their genuine concern as a silly workplace tradition. He didn't believe in curses or spirits. He believed in logic, ambition, and the solid reality of the world around him. He would soon learn that some realities are far from solid. His first Monday began like any other, filled with the hum of computers and the smell of fresh coffee. Then, precisely at noon, a bizarre electrical surge ripped through the office. Lights flickered violently, computers sparked and died, and a high-pitched whine filled the air, causing a chaotic scramble. It was blamed on faulty wiring, a quirk of an old building. Rohan shrugged it off. But the following Monday, as he stepped into the vintage elevator, the steel cage shuddered and then plummeted. It screeched to a halt just a floor above the ground, the impact jolting him hard. He was shaken but unharmed. Coincidence, he told himself, just bad luck. Yet a seed of doubt had been planted. Soon he began catching glimpses of a shadowy figure at the edge of his vision and hearing faint, mournful whispers when he was the last one left in the office. The third Monday arrived, cloaked in an ominous stillness. A looming deadline forced Rohan to work late, long after the last of his colleagues had hurried home, casting worried glances back at him. As the clock tower outside chimed 10, the entire floor was plunged into absolute darkness. The emergency lights failed to flicker on. A chilling, cold, unnatural, and piercing seeped into the room, raising goosebumps on his arms. A faint, dragging sound echoed from the far end of the corridor. Rohan's heart hammered against his ribs. There, materializing from the oppressive blackness, was the spectral figure of a woman. Her white sari was tattered and stained. Her long, disheveled hair hung like a black veil, obscuring her face. Slowly, a gaunt, skeletal hand rose and pointed directly at him. A blood-curdling scream filled with ages of agony tore through the silence, echoing not just in the office but inside his very soul. Rohan didn't even grab his coat. He fled into the night, a raw scream of terror caught in his throat, leaving the cursed building and his ambitions behind. The next morning, a resignation email was the only trace left of him. The final scene is one of familiar beginnings. A bright-eyed young woman, a new hire, walks into the Chandler building, a confident smile on her face. A colleague greets her with a weary look. Welcome. Just be careful. Today is Monday. The curse, it seemed, was always looking for new blood.